Hi guys, welcome to this week's One-on-One with Alex Bellman. I'd just like again to thank our sponsors, Business New Hampshire Magazine, for giving us the opportunity to create this show. On this week's episode, I have Shelby from Pixie Lee and Co, and we're going to talk about how she turned her small Etsy store into a thriving business. All right, so how's it going, Shelby?
Good, how are you?
Good. This is going to be fun. We're going to chat about all the cool stuff.
Yeah, we've known each other for a while.
For a wicked long time. Yeah. So, but I forgot that you went to SST, so you learned all the graphic skills that you use now at SST.
Yeah, which is kind of crazy. So SST is Seacoast School of Technology.
Yeah.
And like 5 or 6 towns over on the Seacoast can go there. So you went for marketing. I went for digital communications.
Oh, that's what it was.
That's what it was, digital communications, which is kind of crazy because in high school, I actually wanted to be a teacher.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that wouldn't have done. Well, no, you're a coach.
Yeah.
It probably would have gone great.
I guess like it all kind of did work out because I do like kids, but I wanted to be a teacher, but I went to do digital communications because I liked photography.
Oh, okay. But you guys had all the cool, so SST was cool because all our schools couldn't afford any of the stuff that we had. And you guys had like laminating printers. You guys could print like full banners. You guys had all the cool technology.
Digital communications was a lot more than like Photoshop, which is what I was expecting. But we did like web design. We were doing videos like on a green screen. We did, I feel like that's all I remember is doing a lot of Photoshop. But most of my Photoshop knowledge came from SST, which is kind of mind-boggling.
How long did it take you to start using? So what happened after What happened after high school?
Okay, so after high school, I moved to Florida.
Right, okay.
And I did... Well, actually, no, I didn't move to Florida yet. I was going to go to SNHU, and my parents were like, let's do community school for a little bit, which I guess good call on them because turns out I'm not really into school. So I went to Great Bay for a hot second, and I think I've always had like that, like, I just want to make money. So I would prefer to go to work than to go to school. So school wasn't for me, so I dropped out of that, moved to Florida for a boy.
Nice.
Tried to go to school again.
Yeah.
And that time I was actually, when I went to school at Great Bay, I was doing school, like I wanted to be a teacher.
Oh, okay.
And maybe that's why it actually didn't click. But then I went to a school in Daytona, and I was doing more Photoshop stuff. But again, I was like, I would just really prefer to make money right now. So I would pick work over going to school, which looking back was probably not my best interest, but I mean, it worked out for me. So
I think for a lot of people, that is a realization that they should come to early on like you did. I mean, you made a decision that a lot of people struggle with, and they stay in school for 4 years, waste all that money, either have to get another degree in what they really wanted, or they could have just done it without the degree like you did.
For sure.
So you made a really that's a hard decision for a lot of people. A lot of people would just stay.
Well, I appreciate that because I feel like I still have like regret, like, oh, I should have done this or I should have done that. But I mean. No,
I think this show will show you how successful you become without that little extra bit of school. So while you were going to school, what were you doing, photography on the side to make money, or did you just start the Etsy store? No,
so I was just being like a early 20-year-old and doing a whole lot of nothing. I mean, I was a waitress and that's what I did. I was just making money. And then that boy was military, so we moved to Alabama. And at that time, I couldn't find a job because it was a real small town, and I was like, I got to do something. And I've always been pretty creative and artsy. I think you knew that from high school. Like, it's just always been my thing. If it was Spirit Week, I was the one dressed up like crazy costumes. Like, I was just always like creative. So I got a Cricut, which now probably everybody has a Cricut, but at the time, nobody knew what a Cricut was. Yep. So a Cricut is like I used it as a vinyl cutter, but it can do mind-boggling things. And I would cut vinyl and put them on mugs, and I was like, I'm just going to put this on Etsy and see what happens. And the boy that I was with at the time was like, you can't do that. Like, you can't do that right now. And I was like, watch me. So I did. And it was on like ceramic mugs that I would go to Walmart and buy these white ceramic mugs, and I would just put vinyl on them.
Now, did it start being... Were the initial designs always what your designs are now? Or did they start as something else?
They started as anything that I came into my mind, which is
Oh, so there's no theme.
At the time, there was no theme. There was a lot of military stuff because that's the life I was living.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah.
I would do like different quotes that I liked, things like pet related because I had my cat then, so I loved him. Pretty much anything that I liked, I was like, let's come up with the design and put it on a mug.
I remember you made me a bunch of them for a Christmas one year, but they were wine glasses, and somehow you burned the letters and numbers of stuff into
So
the
once
glasses.
you have a Cricut, get on Pinterest because there's a ton of things that you can do. So I learned how to etch through my Cricut. You like put like an etching cream through a reversed stencil and it etches.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Those came out really. I still have the Milan Lucic, the Bruins player one.
Yes,
Yeah.
that was a good
right.
one.
You used to make a ton of Bruins stuff.
Yeah, but you shouldn't do that.
Yeah, you can't do that now. That's only cool if it's small scale.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's only cool for your friends.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
It's,
that was special treatment.
Yeah, but those were cool. That was a blast. So what year was that? Do you remember?
That was like when I consider that when I first started my business. So
Yeah.
that was at the end of April in 2015.
Wow. Okay. So that was 5 years ago.
Yeah, almost 6.
Oh yeah, almost 6 years ago.
Yeah.
That's wild. So
No,
then,
yeah.
Then you guys moved again.
So I was
right
no,
after that, right?
We moved a lot, yeah. But at this time, I was still in Virginia, and I was on this Facebook group of like a garage sale Facebook group, and I was bored one day, so I made a T-shirt with the vinyl, and I put it on this garage sale group, and it blew up.
What was that T-shirt?
It was like a knockoff Starbucks logo.
Really?
Yeah, and it said like something about pixie dust, and it blew up.
And so that's when you started making T-shirts.
Because then
and
I was
clothing.
like, because I was like, wait, the profit on a T-shirt is a whole lot more than this little mug. They're way easier to ship.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You don't have to worry about them breaking.
you don't have to worry about them breaking.
You can get them from the wholesaler instead of from Walmart.
We missed that part. I did start wholesaling mugs.
Oh, good. You did
yeah,
start,
I was
like,
selling out of
finding-
Walmart, so like, I was going to different Walmarts and they didn't have them anymore, so I had to figure out a new option.
So you were starting to figure out how to run your business. You were like,
Yeah.
oh, I have to go find a wholesaler. I
Yeah.
need to get my markup right.
Yeah.
My material costs.
Yeah, you should not buy Cricut, you should if you're just starting off, but Amazon, they got vinyl much cheaper than
From the company Cricut.
Yeah.
Oh, well, of course, right?
Right.
Yeah, that's how they make more money.
Well, and when I first started, I was like, what do I know?
Right.
But then you figure it out.
Then you start figuring it out.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And so you started to sell tons of T-shirts, right?
Yeah,
like
pretty
in the next
much
few
after
years.
that, it was like, oh, T-shirts are where it's at. Which I
That's
guess
wild.
makes sense. I mean, I don't know about you, but I have way too many T-shirts.
I assume that you have a lot more than I do, but yeah, a ton because I think you probably have one of every design you've made in the last 5 years.
No. I keep the ones I absolutely love, but no, I can't keep all my shirts.
No?
That would be crazy.
Not for the museum at the end, in like
There's
20
not
years
gonna
you'll
be
make a
no
nice little.
museum at the end.
So now I remember talking to you, and I don't remember when this was because I'm not good with what years were which. But you at one point called and said, I'm too big for Etsy.
Yeah.
It's time to build my own website.
Yeah.
That's
so
crazy.
at this time, we moved to Virginia, and we knew it was only going to be a temporary move. And we had just a 1-bedroom apartment, and what would have been the dining room area I made into my office. And at this time, I was still vinyling and iron, pressing shirts. So I had this huge iron, and I would just be chilling in my apartment, pressing shirts. And the power for this iron is huge. The living room light's flickering, but I'm just ironing shirts.
That's awesome.
So I did a lot of that. And then I realized, Etsy's great. I think shop on Etsy. I 100% support Etsy, but you do get too big eventually, and they are taking a percentage of your every single sale. So I had a following on Instagram, and I was like, I think I can do this without Etsy. So I went and built my own website.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
And you did great.
And yeah, now it worked.
Your following's so loyal. I can remember you going to an amusement park and hiding stuff at the amusement park and then like
I
sitting
forgot about
back
that,
and
yeah.
watching your Instagram followers who are at the park at the same
Yeah.
time, like chasing these things that you hit around the
It's
park.
kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy. Because
And
now they like come up to me.
You're like kind of famous.
I'm not
They know you.
famous.
Yeah.
I'm a small town girl. So you come up to me like, hi.
If you are in line at a major national amusement park and someone's like, hey, what's up? That's Shelby. That's
Yeah.
amazing. You're famous. Yeah.
I'm not famous.
You're
but
Instagram
yeah.
famous. And,
I know.
And they love you too.
Yeah, no, I have the best. I don't want, like, they're my customers and they're amazing. Yeah.
Yeah. They support you very well.
They support me so much, and every order that that comes in, I check this more often than not. It will tell me if they've ordered before, and there's so many repeat customers like that have.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's not just like second time ordering. I mean, it's a like 15th time ordering. Like that is incredible. They
That's
they
amazing.
own at least 15 of my shirts. Like, thank you.
Well, yeah. And then you've got the cool boxes too, right? So you do a bunch of different stuff for them.
So I think what I base my business off is what I like and like what I like to get in the mail,
Yeah.
to be honest. So like there's so many subscription boxes out there, and I'm subscribed to quite a few because
Yeah.
it's like a gift to myself. So it's like, why can't I do that? So
Is that still going on?
yeah, I do those about 4 times a year. They're a little bit harder now because I do sell quite a bit of them and they're a lot of work. But what I love about those is I can support other small shops. So
Right.
I include, like, I have a lot of small shop friends, and I say, hey, you want to be in my box this month? And then it gives them an opportunity to make money, gives me an opportunity to make money, and it gives the customer.
A really amazing product.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they get a discount on everything in the box
Yeah.
that would otherwise be so much more expensive.
Correct.
I mean, that's a lot of fun for them.
Yeah.
I mean, you've built an absolutely massive business by just creating literally what you love. It has had nothing to really do with other people. It's the thing that you're the
Yeah.
most passionate about, which is sort of like we could describe a lot of your clothing as like pixie dust, princesses,
Magical.
magic.
Yeah.
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 And so like you just did what you were passionate about.
Yeah.
Created this cool cult following on Instagram. And they're just still following and they love it. And
Yeah.
you just keep creating new.
So I think my big thing is just to be true to myself.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm myself on Instagram, and sometimes I'm like, did I really just post that? Because I'm a little weird, but people are into it. And I think people see that. People see
Yeah.
that I'm like a real person on Instagram and they want to support me. So,
And you've grown huge. I mean, we were just looking at it, and in the last 4 years, I mean, you've grown your business like 4 times.
yeah.
It's 4 times the
pretty
size
unreal.
of and that wasn't even your first year. We couldn't get your first year
Yeah.
stuff. So from year 2 to now, you've grown 4 times the size. I mean, it's amazing.
It's pretty crazy. I remember looking at it when I first started, and like my Etsy sales, they like pop up and they tell you like, this is where you were at last year. And it was like more than double the orders. And I was like, what? How? Like, how did I do that?
It's just, and the cool thing is you learned how to do it. You learned
Yeah.
on the go. You learned how to run a business. You learned how to understand margin.
I mean, I'm still learning.
Well, everybody's always learning.
I
You
learn
you start
every
learning
day.
every day. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I learned, like, I mean, you and I are friends.
Yeah.
So you'll, like, call me one day and I'll get off the phone. I'm like, oh, he's right. And then I, like, learn something new. Or just talking to you or talking to, like, my other small shop friends. Like,
Yeah.
we bounce ideas off each other, and somehow our businesses just keep getting better and better. And I mean, it's people that you
Well, it's because you keep putting the effort back in.
Yeah.
If you just had that following and you just gave up, or you started putting out crappy designs just because it was easy,
Yeah.
it wouldn't be as good. But you
Well,
really
that's
put a lot of thought.
Yeah, and I think so. I get this question all the time on Instagram or anything. Is like, how did you do it? Or like, I want to start a small shop or something along those lines. And I think that's the big thing is I just didn't give up.
Right.
I mean, I have had plenty of mug designs, shirts designs, anything that they didn't sell. Nobody liked them. That's fine.
It's just part of the deal.
Yeah.
But that
You-
those failures you learn from, or stuff you've shipped that went wrong, or you
Yeah.
used the wrong manufacturer.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, if you power through all the failures and you use each of them instead of as a failure, as a learning experience, then you
come
just
out
grow
on
from
top.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you went from buying mugs at Walmart to make to considering buying your own printing presses
Yeah.
soon.
Yeah. So right now I guess we skipped that part. So I did all iron-on stuff.
Right.
And then became a little bit too much in my dining room. So I decided to outsource my printing and see what would happen there, that's pretty risky because you do have to order like ahead of time. Before I was like making them as the orders came in. So if
that's true.
Yeah. So if you ordered a shirt, I would order the shirt then. And then, or like I would have all my orders from like Monday through Friday, and then Friday I would order the shirts would be there Monday, I would make them. Then when I went to actually having to buy them from a printer, it was like, you have to buy a minimum of this many. I was like, oh boy, okay.
So is that how you decided your first, I was going to say, how did you predict your first batch? It was just like, this is our minimum and that's it.
That's scary. That is really scary.
Yeah.
And all these designs that I was doing when I went to going to screen printing, they were all brand new designs. So I actually, when I launched my own website off of Etsy, and went into screen printing at the same time.
Wow.
So I made it this whole big thing on Instagram that something big was happening, and I made it a pre-order. So I had like 5 designs, and I put them all up for pre-order. So I got quite a bit of orders in, and then that helped me place my order with the screen printer.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That makes you feel a lot more comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you at least have some number to base it off when you talk to the screen printer.
And I mean, that was 2016, I would say. And even now, though, I place a shirt order, and I just did this 2 months ago. Not even 2 months ago. I placed a shirt order, and I was like, that's going to be a good design. It was not a good design.
But that's part of the deal, right?
Yeah, so I'm sitting on those shirts right now at home. But, I mean, it's a learning curve, for sure.
Yeah, you just learn from it, and it's, what's cool about it is you have these people that are supporting you. And I remember, I think it was like 2017, like right after your website went up, when you weren't doing a pre-order, and you just sent me a picture, and it was like you had just launched that day, and there were like 3,000 people on your website.
Okay, not 3,000.
It was a lot. It was a lot, and you sold out in an hour.
In my head, I probably thought there was 3. Yeah. That's still mind-boggling to me when that happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It sells out like that.
So I use a platform called Shopify, which is amazing.
They should sponsor the show.
Shopify is really, really great.
Yeah.
And it gives people like me, like, I do have a little bit of sense of, obviously, graphic design and web design because of SST. So I do think I know a little bit more than I think I know. So I did all my Shopify by myself. But Shopify has a thing where you can see how many people are on your website right then, right there. And it will show you, like, the dots of where they are in the country or around the world. And that's what, Isn't
it fun to watch?
I'm not going to lie. I restock every single Wednesday at 8 p.m.
Yeah.
And every single Wednesday at 8 p.m., I get on my phone and I watch it.
Isn't it cool?
It's just so cool.
And your customers are loyal and they love it. And they support you, I think, because they can see how much enjoyment you have making stuff for them.
Yeah.
Like, if you didn't enjoy it and you weren't a fun personality, like, I don't think people would be as interested. But they can see how much you love creating. Yeah, it really is. It's you. They're not just buying just your shirts. They're also buying you.
No, I have a good, and as weird as it sounds, I have a good relationship with my following. So I built my whole thing really off of Instagram.
Right.
And I have quite a bit of following on, like, my Pixie Lee and Co. Instagram. But then I started my own personal Instagram, and people from there follow me there, and I just do my life. And I have such a good relationship with them, and they'll say, like, oh, I love your shop and everything that you do. And I mean, that's how they know me, is from Pixie Lee and Co. But
right. But they like you.
They just like me, I guess.
And that's why your TikTok's doing so well so soon. What are you on, like TikTok. Video 5?
Something like that.
What did video 3 have? Like 3,000 views?
Yeah. Remember, like 5 months ago, you told me to get on TikTok?
Yeah.
I was like, I can't do TikTok.
And they love you.
I was like, TikTok's for 12-year-olds. Now here I am.
Yeah, and you're killing it. And they love it. And you have the cat. It's
pretty fun. I have a cat.
In it.
In my TikToks.
You've gotten to talk. Yeah, you're getting better. You're getting better at hiding.
Talent.
Yeah, you're getting better.
That's what keeps me up at night, is how my next TikTok.
And now you're going to get Bruin to
now I'm
going to
get, yeah.
Yeah.
I can't let my secrets out, though.
No, it's interesting.
Yeah.
You're getting better at hiding it.
Because yesterday's TikTok, I used a new technique.
Oh, and it worked.
Yeah, it worked.
Yeah, that one was a good one.
Thank you.
Yeah, that one had a swear word, though, so if you look that one up, you have to be careful.
I put a warning on it.
You did put a warning on it. It was hilarious, actually. It's like adult content coming, or warning.
My cat.
Great. Oh, man. So, I mean, but yeah, I mean, it's honestly amazing what you've built in the last 5 years from an Etsy store, and it should really make a lot more people understand that you can literally do anything, and that you learn from failure, and that you can start by buying stuff at Walmart to turning it into a company where you're going to start buying your own equipment to do that, to start cutting that out of it.
Yeah.
And that just creates a better product for your customers, because then you're controlling the whole process.
For sure.
Fewer delays. It's a lot easier for you to control the quality too.
Yeah.
And it's amazing.
I think, like I was saying, because people ask me all the time, how do you start this? Don't give up. Surround yourself with good people. Like, truly, that helps. I mean, I wouldn't be able to do this if I didn't have my other small shop friends. There's no chance.
But you only have them because you built a small shop.
Which is kind of crazy, though, is some of my best friends are also small shop owners.
Isn't that cool?
It's amazing. Because one of them, I mean, I FaceTimed her all day yesterday. All day. She was just working and I was working because we're working at home.
Yeah.
And it was like I had a coworker. And we just sit there and like talk about ideas. She's the reason. Yeah. We were talking about this earlier. I put up one of my designs. It was a coloring page.
Yep.
As we're all social distancing and have nothing to do. And she's like, I think you should put up one of your designs as a coloring page. And at first I was like, that's the craziest thing I've ever heard. I can't just like sell my design like that. And I was afraid people were going to take my design and put it on another shirt.
That could be true, but they could do that without you posting
which
it.
Has happened multiple times.
I mean, you've found your designs at theme parks before, right?
Yeah.
In stores.
Yeah, I've seen people wear my shirts. Yeah.
That's amazing.
We're thinking two different things here. Yes, I've seen things, but I've also seen people wear my shirts like in public.
Oh yeah.
That's crazy.
Isn't it fun to see?
The craziest one. Here's a story. I think you already know it. I was walking into Gillette Stadium.
Oh, I don't know this one.
You don't?
No.
So I'm usually very shy when I see people wear my shirts when I'm at the theme parks, and I'm just like, oh, that's one of my shirts, and then I go run and hide because I just like get so nervous. This time I was walking into Gillette Stadium. Okay?
Yeah.
And there's a girl wearing one of my shirts. Like, what? And I ran over to her like she was Taylor Swift. I was like, oh my God, that's my shirt. She was like, what? And I was like, that's my shirt. Like, that's mine. Like, I designed that. I sold that to you. Like, that was at my house. I took a picture with her, but like, huh?
Isn't that amazing?
That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, if you really go back and think about how many shirts you've sold, like, there are a high percentage of people out there right now wearing Pixie Lee and Co shirts around.
It's truly crazy.
And it's really fun when you make the couples ones, because I see them on Instagram all the time. Because couples love couple t-shirts.
Couples do
especially on vacation.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's huge. And so much of your stuff works for vacation.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and so I just see them all the time.
Couple shirts.
But it must be cool when you walk around and you just see people wearing them. And they're just enjoying something that you made.
Yeah,
And now your company's just going to grow more. You're coming up with all these new ideas.
Always.
You might be launching a new podcast.
Hopefully. That is next. No. That's next. For sure. It's next.
And then, I mean, you're doing a lot of cool stuff. I mean, it's really amazing what you've done. And I really hope it helps people, especially if someone listens to this and is considering, like, I'm not either the best at school or this isn't where I learn. Because if you're not learning at school, you can learn on your own and you don't need it.
I 100% agree with that. I mean, like I said earlier, I do get myself down a little bit because like I didn't do the path that everybody else was doing. But I mean, it worked for me. It's still working for me. I
mean, you are doing better than a lot of people who have a full 4-year, even a master's degree.
I try to remind myself of that.
Yeah, and you're doing better and you're more comfortable than they are. And so I think that that's what's really important.
I just think people need to remind themselves of, like, you got to do what you enjoy.
Right.
So if you don't enjoy a desk job, then why are you doing a desk job?
And don't listen to someone, even if it is your significant other, who's saying, don't do that because you can't. Well, no, who says you can't? No one says you can't. You just do it. And if you fail, then you just try something else.
Exactly.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You just have to be willing to fail. That's all.
You for sure have to be willing to fail. Yeah. And you have to be willing to take, like, criticism from yourself.
Right.
If that makes sense. Like,
because you're not always right. Like the design.
Yeah.
Designs are a perfect example for a business because, like, you'll do a design and you love it. I've done it with jewelry. I've designed a piece of jewelry and no one's bought it. That's just part of the deal.
It happens. I mean, you lose sleep over it for sure, but
you get over it.
And you make something better.
Right.
The next thing you do is going to be better.
And it's getting easier with social media, because now you can really put it out there. And
Yeah.
it gives everything you do a better shot of success.
Yeah.
But
I think for me, like, because I connect so well with my following,
Yep.
and I do interact, like, if you message me on Instagram, I'm going to respond. Like, I have people there, we're like friends. Never met them before, but we talk back and forth.
Yeah.
And now that I have a good, I guess, connection with them, I know what they like, or I know what they like that I also like. And I put them together. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, the more you learn about your customers,
the easier it is.
Yeah, the better product you're going to put out there.
And interacting with people is huge. I mean, if you create an Instagram account and you think that you're just going to get famous by just putting up videos or just making certain things, it's not it. People are following you because they interact with you.
Yes.
And if you stopped interacting with them, I think that would severely affect the way you do business.
I'm that person to other accounts.
Yeah.
Like, there's a scrunchie line I really like, and I really like the girl who owns it.
Is that what you're wearing right now?
No.
Okay.
But she makes scrunchies, and I, like, tagged her in a scrunchie post that I made one day, and she liked it, and I was, like, screenshotting it to my friends, like, look who liked my post, which is so ridiculous, but it's true.
I'm telling you, yeah.
It made me buy more
done it.
scrunchies from her.
Well, I'm telling you, yeah, I've had people, we posted stuff for the store, and I've had, like, a little bit more famous people like it, or it was for them, and they share it, and I'd freak out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Social media is a cool place. Some people bash social media. I think it's...
If it's used in the right way, it's an amazing place.
Oh.
Right? It's a super positive, like, what's going on with your pages. Like, you've built a really great positive community. I don't think you have a lot of infighting and the stuff that kind of goes on the other pages.
No. I have my own little bubble, and I don't...
But people like to join it because they like the fun. Like, because your page is fun.
Exactly.
Yeah, so they just want to be a part of it.
I call it a highlight reel, if we're being honest.
Of all the best stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't share, like... You just gotta be positive.
Right. If you're having a bad day, you just don't share that day.
No way.
You don't want to take other people down with whatever's going on with you that day. No. Just let it be fun.
When that shirt didn't sell, I probably didn't post that day. Just kidding.
Probably, yeah. Or you just posted piles of shirts and you're like, still shipping. Still.
Yep.
No, you should just give those away. Donate them to charity.
I've donated shirts. If they don't sell, they're just sitting there for a while.
Make it donated.
Yeah.
Well, you still see your shirts around town. So.
Exactly.
Yeah. Just on a 12-year-old running to soccer. Yeah.
Hey, it's getting out there somewhere. They don't know where it came from.
You sell kids' shirts too. Actually, you sell everything, right? It's from kids to all the way to adults.
I sell more adults than I do kids. I don't offer kids shirts a lot because I could if I was like ironing them still, but with a screen printer, they have to make the screen smaller for kid sizes, and like there's baby screen, and there'd be a toddler screen, and then there's like an elementary school kid size screen, so it gets really expensive.
Oh, okay.
Which is kind of crazy because my product you would think is more geared towards kids, but turns out there's a lot more adults like me out there.
There are a lot more adults like you that they just want fun, magical clothing that just like gets them excited.
Which is funny thinking about it now, because we knew each other in high school, and you used to give me so much crap, like, you're so immature. You're so immature. You're hating me for saying this right now.
I had a magical car at one point because
I was creative.
Because you wrapped it in.
I wrapped it in wrapping paper.
Wrapping paper, yeah.
And then I sticky noted it one time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So you're magical.
I was just. You used to say how like I was just real immature, and I mean I was. I still am. But like, look where it got me. I'm like running off to theme parks all the time.
But that's not immature. It's you turned your passion into something amazing.
Right?
Yeah, I mean,
who would have thought?
But you were passionate about fun, creative stuff.
Yeah.
That's not immaturity. That's just passion.
I'm just saying, be who you are.
Yeah. Yeah, you're passionate about fun, creative stuff, and you turn that into this amazing business.
Yeah.
And people love it. And you definitely don't take enough credit for it because you're afraid to tell people how successful it is. And it really is an amazing success.
Credit. I have people like you who will like be my cheerleader. It still just makes me like so like I guess in my head I'm like I could be better.
No.
I think but
you always can.
You always can be better.
Everybody has to grow.
You're the same way though, if we're being honest. You're like, yeah, that was pretty good, but I could be better. And it's kind of I mean, don't get me wrong, when I have a good sale, like I'll text you right away and be like, you're not going to believe this, and I'm like I think that's crazy, but I also think like, okay, well, I just did that, so next time I got to do this.
Right.
And then when that doesn't happen, I'm like, oh, okay.
But that's what makes successful people successful. I mean, if you get success once and then you just give up, then, or you're like, that's it, I did everything I set out to do, then it's over.
Right.
But the only way to continue success is to have a little bit of, yes, I did it, and also a little bit of, we got to be better next time.
Yeah.
Like I have trouble like now, like when we have team meetings, like I have to be more careful because like I immediately pick out what went wrong.
Right.
And I have to be like, oh, right. I mean, this was an amazing success of an event. There's just like these 3 little things that I want to change for next time.
Well, I think, but that's the same thing with me. So like, you'll call and be like, oh my God, that was so great. And I'm like, yeah, but this happened. And you're like, yes, but you just like sold shirts. And I'm like, true, but next time.
Right.
So I just want to be better.
That's why you're going to keep growing because of that.
Yeah.
If you didn't feel like you need to be better, you felt like you were perfect, that's how failure comes along and gets you and finishes you off. Because you succumb to the failure. But if you're always like, I need to grow, need to be better, need to learn something new. I mean, even putting up that page today. I mean, we were just talking about how many people are buying that right now while you're sitting here.
Yeah.
And that's all because of a recommendation that you took. And if you didn't take that recommendation, you're like, I know better than everybody.
Yeah. No. I always take a recommendation.
Yeah.
Well, I have a hard time taking a recommendation from you. But eventually I do.
Yeah, it only took 5 months to get on TikTok. It's fine. Yeah.
But I did it.
Yeah, you did. And you're
You've been begging me to do a podcast. Now here we are.
Yeah.
It just takes me a little while. I got to like process things.
Yeah. But once you do them, you always kill them.
Well, thanks.
You always do a great job.
Because I have to be like ready. I have to be ready to do it. Because when I do something, like I'm all in.
Yeah, I know. Right. That's why TikTok's perfect for you.
But like if I'm going to TikTok, like...
Yeah.
I'm not doing a dance on TikTok. I'm making my cat talk.
The cat thing was brilliant. I mean, because there's so much stuff on TikTok. It's hard to differentiate yourself because everyone's kind of doing the same old, like the light switch thing.
Yeah.
That's getting old.
I did do that.
Did you already? With the cat?
Yeah.
Is that like the second one?
I don't know which one, but it was pretty great. I hardcore committed to it, but...
Did you?
Yeah.
All right, I gotta go see that. I didn't see the cat one.
Oh.
With the light switch. I saw your first one.
You're gonna hate me. The immaturity factor comes back from high school.
No, because it worked. People love it. It's just gonna build your following and get people more excited about you because they love your personality.
Yes, and that is why I did it. I mean, granted, we're all stuck at home right now. I don't know when this is coming out, but like we're all stuck at home right now.
Yeah, we're all stuck at home. Yeah.
I was like, I gotta do something.
This is 6 feet. You can't tell, but we measured. We double checked.
I was like, I gotta do something. But also, like, everybody's stuck at home.
Right.
Right now is the time to put out some content.
People, and they're honestly, like, from the people I'm talking to, they're bored. They're sick of. You can only binge Netflix, Hulu. And Prime for so long. Yeah, until you start going on social media, and then you're like, you can only scroll through Instagram for so long. But TikTok really kind of keeps you, because you just keep switching people.
That kept me going for 2 days last week.
I know, you're texting me at like midnight, and you're like, I've been up for 3 hours just watching TikTok videos.
Watching TikTok. I'm like, what'd you do to me?
Isn't it? But it's great. They're so funny. It's the next
social media.
It is.
Watch out.
And it's the thing that's going to help businesses grow. So how many people have you convinced to join?
Quite
of your
a
little
few.
group?
Quite a few.
Right?
Yeah. Because people, like, they comment on my things like, I joined TikTok just to watch you and Bruin. I'm like, oh, sorry that you've been watching it probably now for the last 5 hours.
Because it's addicting.
It's so addicting.
But it was smart to bring the cat. Like, I don't know a lot of people that are, I mean, I've seen him do the light switch one with a pet. But you're doing a bunch of them. Like, I think it's interesting. Because I don't think a lot of people are.
Most people just do dogs, you know?
Right.
I'm a cat person.
You also have a very cool, chill cat.
I do.
Who likes to hang out.
Yeah, I think sometimes I'm like, oh my God, these people are going to think that I'm like abusing him to get him to do these things. But I promise you, right after we're done filming TikTok, he's cuddling again.
Oh,
so
no, he's that kind of cat. Yeah, he's a cool cat.
Yeah.
He actually like watches TV. He's a cool cat.
He's a cool cat.
Yeah, he knows what's up.
Yeah. He helps with my orders sometimes.
Your orders get crazy. Like you send me pictures of just like a room full of orders.
Yeah.
Like it's insane.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what do you do? You just package them all, right? One at a time?
Yeah, so now I don't print my shirts and somebody else prints them. So I pick up my boxes of shirts. And actually sometimes my mom prints my shirts for me. She learned how to screen print so that I could
help support the family.
Yeah, which is kind of cool. And I pick up my shirts, I fold them and package them. I had to get like table risers because it hurts my back. but
You just sent me. You were just sitting on the floor of your office with like a stack taller than normal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And sometimes I think I sometimes do that. And I posted this, like I'm on a lot of like small shop Facebook groups and stuff. And somebody posted a picture of like a little bag of orders. And I was like, keep these pictures. Like save these pictures that you just brought this little bag of orders to the post office. Because I did. And I would post it on Facebook like, oh my God, I just shipped out 30 packages. And I was so hyped then. And now, like, tomorrow I'm going to drop off 200 packages.
It's amazing.
Like, what? So I always say, like, save those photos. Say, like, I send them to you all the time, but I save them. And when I have, like, a whole bunch of orders, I take pictures of them because eventually I'm going to have even more orders, which at the time, like, I can't believe that. But I can go back in photos and look at, like, how far I've come.
So so is that what you ship on average? Is it 200 orders?
No.
Launch?
Usually, like, my goal tends to be, like, 100. I don't always hit that, though. Like, couple months ago.
That t-shirt, that's really haunting you, huh?
Really
You're really not going to let that thing go. Yeah.
No, I swear, like, it was like...
You just got to bring it back, like now after this comes out.
Hopefully.
All your fans
it's
will
up
be like,
there now.
We'll
It's the one that's still in stock.
Oh, that's true, because most of them sell out so quick, right? They're just gone.
Yeah, which is... I just can't believe it. I don't know. I've gotten smarter, so like I'm pretty good at knowing like that design is gonna sell. Besides that one design, I was like, that design's gonna sell, and I can order the shirts accordingly. But then sometimes they sell out, or shirts is hard because you have to order sizes.
Right.
So
you're kind of predicting sizes, right?
And as the years have gone by, I know which sizes are more popular, but sometimes the most popular size will still be in stock, and like this other size didn't sell or did sell. I'm like, people help me out.
Yeah. Those you'll never predict.
No.
But on average, you're paying attention to each one. That's what's important. You're learning from each.
I check a lot, like what sizes sold most, like last week compared to this week, which is like something so silly to check, but I have no choice.
Well, it's amazing that you're doing weekly. You're able to keep up with weekly launches and get that many sales, because I know a lot of companies that I follow, like in the fitness industry, I mean, they're only launching every, 3 to 4 months. Mm-hmm. And so I know they have to design stuff a little bit more like the way stuff fits, but still, I mean, it's amazing you can turn them out every week.
I don't have a new design every week. Sometimes I just restock like a previous design that is already sold out. I try to do new releases as much as I can, but sometimes I just am in a creative funk and like I can't come up with anything, so I'm just restocking old stuff. But then you'll notice like all of a sudden I have 3 weeks in a row where I released new shirts each week. Well, that's because like one day at 3 a.m. I came up with all these great ideas, wrote them in my phone, and made them happen. But sometimes, I mean, self-quarantining right now. Yeah.
Killing
it's probably gonna take a little hit on the creative mind here soon.
The magic.
Yeah.
Well, is it because do you get it from being out, or do you get it when you watch something? Like, do you see something and then you're like, that's the thing I've been trying to get out of my head all week.
I wish I had an answer to that. Like, we could just be having a normal conversation and it's just gonna pop in my head like, oh my God, I have an idea. And then I have to like write it down on my phone. I have notes in my phone of like shirt ideas that I need to make happen. And
that's great.
I'm not kidding when I say I'll be like, it's like 2 a.m. and I come up with an idea. Okay, I gotta go write that down on my phone, and so I don't forget it, or so I get it off my mind for a second so I can go to sleep.
That's awesome.
I will say after I like take a trip, I come back usually with at least one idea.
Right.
But it's not always.
Because your trips are generally to more magical theme parks.
Yes.
Where it matches up with your clothing style.
Yeah. But here's a perfect example of how I came up with an idea.
Okay.
I was on a ride, and I was with 2 of my shop friends, which are usually who I travel with, and I took a picture of them on this ride, and I went to go post it on Instagram with a caption, and then I was like, wait a second, that's a shirt design. So I didn't post it with that caption, and I just went and created a shirt with what that caption was going to be.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
See, and the other thing, too, is like, you not only are you able to be that creative, but I think people need to, when they watch this, or you need to know like how successful you are, because now not only have you built this amazing business, but this is all you do. This is your job.
This
You
is
run
my
Pixie Lee and Co.
job. Yeah.
And that's amazing.
I have like
not many people
hobbies,
get to say that.
But yeah.
Yeah, no one gets to say like I built a company. I mean, there are a lot, people who own businesses, but you built this business from scratch. It's amazing. And now you get to work from home and build your own. Like, how many vacations do you? I mean, they're also work.
They are work.
A little bit.
A little.
But they're fun too.
Yeah.
And it's like 4 or 5 times a year. I mean, that's amazing.
Yeah.
That you earned that by building this really amazing business.
Yeah, I get to run away every once in a while.
Yeah, it's
you go
super
stir crazy
cool.
in your house sometimes.
You do. Yeah. You got to go to more Bruins games and stuff like. Yeah, you got to get out.
Well,
there.
so I coach cheerleading,
Right.
so that definitely occupies my time for some of the year. But of course, there's no cheer right now, so I'm like, what do I do with all my time? But I just hustle a little harder.
Yeah.
Like last night, I was like, I have nothing to do, so I got on my computer and started working on more ideas, and
And then hence the drawing that's out right now,
I was
selling right now.
texting you at 11 o'clock last night with
Yeah.
like some sort of idea I had in my head.
And it's awesome. And and what's cool and what's amazing about the kind of business that you have is you were texting me at 11 last night of this design that you were putting out as a drawing, and it's by the time you've even showed up to shoot the podcast today, it's already out and being sold.
So a little rundown of my morning. I woke up, I had all these ideas. I was texting you last night, and then I was like, okay, I got to print it out. I got to take pictures of it and stuff, but I live by myself with my cat, so you should have seen the pile of stuff. I had a camera on so I could take a self-timered photo of this is what I do. Like, what? Yesterday I was taking self-timered photos of myself in my shirts. But that was this morning, so I did a self-timer photo of that.
Were you holding the paper?
Yeah, I was pretending I was drawing on it.
Oh, okay.
Secret's out, I didn't actually color it.
Well, now you have to. So now you have to go home, color it, and post it. So people
I have to go get coloring pencils. So I had to dig through all my stuff to find something that looked like coloring supplies. Found some markers.
So you can stage the photo.
So I could stage the photo to post on Instagram.
And so now, do you like this? Because this is the first time you did it.
Yeah.
Do you like it? Are you going to start letting people? Because it's cool to kind of let people kind of create their own color patterns.
Right. So the idea came about because we're stuck inside.
Yeah.
I do like the idea, and I think it's going to be really cool once people start sharing it on Instagram, because I can't wait to see, like, how other people's creative mind works. And, like, I know what I did with the design and, like, the colors that I picked for the shirt. But it'll be cool to see what other people do with it. I can't answer if I'll continue to do stuff like this.
Okay.
Because it's scary, because I'm literally putting out my blank design out there. So you could potentially take that and go put it on a shirt if you wanted to.
They're going to take it anyway if they really want it.
I know.
They'll just hire someone who knows how to draw it and draw it up.
You're right. That happens all the time.
And people do, right? Yeah, you say you find Instagrams.
You can go on Etsy and, like, look up one of my designs and it's there. That hurts sometimes, though. I can't. I try not to look at it because it just makes me so mad.
Well, it's interesting because those people are kind of, they're trying to do what you did, which is grow their small business, but they're doing it in a way which you never did. You didn't just go out and steal from anybody. I mean, you manipulated a Starbucks design, but you did it in a fun way. That was your idea. You came up with the words.
And I also throw that out there, and people ask how you start a small business. Be true to yourself,
right?
And create your own content. What you create is going to sell better than what somebody else already created.
Right. Them just taking your designs, that's just laziness.
Yeah.
And then that's how you know that their shop's never going to they're never going to call their friend and be like, I outgrew Etsy yesterday, you know.
I do try to remind myself of that.
Yeah.
Because, like, yeah, being creative and creating your own stuff, that's the only way you're going to grow.
Yeah.
The only way.
I think that people who watch this will take a lot away from this. I think it's interesting to be creative. I think that it's important to stick with it, even if you're with someone who maybe doesn't believe in you. And if you can, that might be a good sign for you to remove that person from your life.
I did that.
Right. and you got even more successful after, right? Because there wasn't always somebody in your ear, saying like, oh, this is just a phase or whatever it is. So I think it's important.
He did start to believe in me once he saw what happened.
Right. Yeah. 2 years. Right. Yeah. Now it's serious.
I guess you could have done that, and I did it. But yeah, no. Afterwards, when you learn a lot being on your own, though.
Yeah.
especially as a small business owner, because
And you learn a lot starting your own business, and it's cool to learn from that. And I think people should know that. And again, if you're in school and you don't feel like that's the right place for you, you can always go back to school.
always
So go give whatever that thing is that you love a shot.
But also, if you start a company or a business or a small shop or whatever, and it doesn't work, or you find something you want to do better, do that too.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
you can grow from putting some stickers on mugs to printing shirts if that's what you want to do.
I know, and you can like I built a thing before. I had actually built a successful Kickstarter campaign for a company that I had, and it didn't work out after the Kickstarter went great.
Yep.
But after that, because of different things, that the company didn't work out. But I learned so much. Like I learned so much about marketing, so much about working with people, about working with manufacturers. I mean, yes, it failed, but it was an amazing. I learned so much, and now I know how much passion I have for it.
And you're still ready to create something new.
Yeah. Yeah, right.
I think we're always no. I mean, you and I have talked all the time, and I have so many more ideas in my head that I would like to do. And
I know I try to get you to do them because they're so good. I'm telling you.
I know, but like I said, like I got to be like ready to like jump in 2 feet. Like I don't have to do anything. Like if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it.
We'll have to do this periodically, so we'll check in 2 years and see the difference
and see what I've done.
Yeah, see how much more it's grown. It's already amazing.
Thank you.
I hope people learn a lot. So thank you, everybody. I hope you had fun listening to this. You can follow Shelby at Pixie Lee and Co on Instagram.
Yep.
What's your personal Instagram handle?
B Shelby Lee.
B Shelby Lee, and then it's pixieleiandco.com.
Yep.
And go buy some shirts. And thank you for listening.